Hey, Sun Devils, I hope you guys are doing okay. It's a Tuesday morning. We're going into our fall break this week, and I am ecstatic to see a Friday Night Lights special. More importantly, this is our stamp of approval on whether we are a contender in the Big 12 or not. If we're able to knock off the number 18th team in the country, then I feel like we have a lot of momentum going towards Cincinnati and then our second bye week. Right now, your Sun Devils are 4-1, coming off a complete 180 flip from last year, going off of a 3-9 record. Kenny Dillingham has officially rebuilt this program. I feel the buy-in on every single cylinder. Right now, the buy-in starts with the fans, it starts with the football program, but it also starts with the players. And I can tell that the coaching within this organization ensues so much confidence to these players. They trust these coaches to evaluate and develop their skill sets and put them in positions to succeed. And I think the greatest example of this is the project of Jordan Tyson. You know, a wide receiver one has the intangibles to be a Sunday wide receiver. I love Jordan Tyson since the beginning because I knew Hines Ward gravitated towards his work ethic. And that pretty much it assured me that this was going to be our wide receiver one and he was going to develop into something special. Now, did I expect the responses from adversity to be like this? No. I mean, it's so hard to speculate how a player will be able to respond to when times get tough, but I've been very impressed with Jordan. His dropped pass causing an interception in the end zone was nothing short of a false mishap, right? It was a bad misplay. And that missed assignment right there could have changed the entire game. But what truly changed the game was his response to that miscue. It was, let me catch the next two balls that I get. Let me get an end zone touchdown or two. And the point of the matter is, Jordan Tyson responded, and that resonates with the entire team. In all honesty, there's been a lot of missed assignments on every single player, but I've seen nothing but positive results and responses from those miscues. I think this is just a true testament to the coaching. I feel like they have instilled a lot of faith into these guys, and of course these players are able to express themselves more freely when they know that their coach believes in them. So right now, your ASU Sun Devils are 4-1, a 1-1 conference record, and what really has the majority of our attention in this stage of the season is the conference record. If we're able to beat Utah, we're going to push them down to give them another Big 12 loss, and we would put ourselves up in the top 4 of the Big 12, the upper quarters. Now, right now, I feel like defensively we are an upper quarter Big 12 team. I love our aggressiveness, and being able to contain Jalen Daniels in the second half was crucial. You know, I knew that his athleticism was going to get them a touchdown. I knew that they were going to put some points on the board with Devin Neal. This was all easy to speculate with Kansas. But the true meaning of this game was whether we were able to respond. And we did. Offensively and defensively, this team responded well. I love how Coach Kenny Dillingham puts it in a way where we're a few plays from this being a negative outcome or a negative press conference, right? You know, you guys will probably be speculating us as missing a potential bowl or what's going on. It's a fire in the Sun Devil campus. But at this point, this team executed, and we're not going to deal in absolutes or hypotheticals unless it's about the team's success. And right now, this team is succeeding. I'll deal in the absolute that this team is succeeding and exceeding expectations. Yes, we completed our over-under win total within the first 5 weeks of or first 6 weeks of college football. Yes, we're going into a great game in which we're hosting one of the better Big 12 teams, and if we beat this team, we solidify ourselves as an upper quarter team. Yes, we go to Cincinnati, and if we're able to go and win these next 2 games, we're a top 25 ranked team. So, of course, I'm in agreement of all these little factors and what we're trying to achieve. But what I really love about this team is that they trust the process. They're obsessed with the process, and I could not be more grateful to be covering such a great football story. I'll be right back for the good AMA segment. I have a great question from Steven Joseph, and he says, officiating was garbage, but so was our ability to catch the ball on both sides. So officiating, interesting stuff, right? Because I think the general coach takeaway is that if you're a resilient team and you have good tenacity, you play tenacious, officiating won't mitigate the outcome. It can definitely affect a lot of situations, but the better team comes out with the win in most cases when it comes to officiating. So, what are 2 bad calls from the officials that we're referencing? Well, I absolutely hated the Keyshawn Elliott PBU. He had his crown of his helmet wasn't even close to the other guy's head. It was a bang bang play, and used his tackling. He bent his hips, and he tackled the ball out of the catcher's hand, and there wasn't any intentional targeting, and there wasn't any head-to-head contact. But he's gonna have to sit out the first half of next week, and then we have the Clayton Smith, which was ended up being an encroachment, or it was a defensive false start penalty. So it was a free play for Jalen, and he extended the play, and to no avail. My guy Clayton Smith gives him a stinger. And look, Jalen Daniels, he was running into Clayton, and he was trying to extend a play and take advantage of his free play, and I didn't see any head-to-head there. It was just a very aggressive tackle. It was a push down almost. It was like, let me pop you and so you can go back on the floor. But I think that just has to go with Dallas, which is the Big 12 headquarters, HQ. The HQ's intention to keep players safe and to set a standard, right? I think this weekend we were made an example out of in terms of officiating. They were trying to keep us very structured and safe. And to be honest, I think that this ASU team just had to power through. And you can always say that officiating is going to cater towards the home crowd and home field advantage, and the officiating is a component of home field advantage. But no, what I've really seen from the officiating these last 2 weeks is a Big 12 intention. It's the Big 12's narrative and motive to really set a standard for themselves. I haven't seen a lot of favorable calls towards ASU, and we're a newer team. Honestly, we are. We're new to the entire scene, and I get there's going to be favorability inside. It's human nature. Anyone in HQ in Dallas is going to obviously favor a Big 12 native over a Big 12 arriving team like an ASU, and no one wants to see Kansas, a talented Big 12 school, going 1-5 to start their season. No one wants to see that, especially in Dallas. So their motive was simple. They made an example out of us. They did it the week before against Tech. We have to be really disciplined at this point. I think Kenny knows this. It's like they have a target on their back. They're a newer Big 12 team. We're playing these Big 12 natives. You have to coach disciplined, and this team has to be disciplined because really it's low-hanging fruit for us to get called out on, and it sucks. It really does. Going into next week with two of our best players out on defense, it's tough to respond to that. But again, I like our depth. I'm excited to see what we can do. Green dot, just going to go to Cyrus Fiasu, and that's really what's going to end up happening. And, man, like, they're coming off a 6-day turnaround playing Utah, and Utah has a bye week and a break, and they're trying to get their starting quarterback, Cameron Rising, back. There's a lot of storylines with this game on Friday, but let's be real. Ball is ball. If you are establishing your identity, ball is ball. There's no one that can say anything or play against our capabilities. So, can't wait to see more ASU football. We'll definitely do Daily Pitchfork Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Get things going. We'll get our pregame show done. More importantly, just building up that FOMO, that fear of missing out for our Sun Devils, because we really got to activate the Valley, guys, because we got to do this for the squad. So if we beat Utah, we're 5-1. We're legit. We're getting votes for top 25. Beating Cincy in Cincinnati, 6-1. We're legit. We're top 25. So let's get this, guys. Activate the Valley, Forks up. Thank you guys so much for watching.